Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was, in a way, looking to pick up on my daily grind. I did pick up the pass and get a bunch of packs and open some packs. And with that, I got some lands that can help strengthen some of my decks. So I was going to take a moment here before I started to look at some of my lands. I got 2 more Godless Shrines yesterday. I'm glad to be able to throw those in here because it counts as a plains and a swamp, which means they work perfectly with my verges. I was wondering about maybe keeping my Scry land and taking out taking out 2 of my plain lands because those count as both plain lands. But that should help the mana stability some on this deck. And I can't do the same for my Seeker deck, unfortunately. But that being said, I did get some tokens, and I think I will exchange for some lands. I haven't decided if I want to do the Fountain Port or what really I'm up to there. I need white or green spells to knock this one out and kill your opponent's creatures. And the other was blue or red. I was wondering if I should try and run my landfall deck or what really I should be looking at doing or what I feel like. I do only have about 20 minutes here, so I'm hoping for a couple quick games. And who do we have? The original Trin as a veteran brawler. Without the blue, that's a little, in a way, rough. Because all I have is black and green. An heir apparent. Thinking I should Vel him. Because I'm also assuming like another heir apparent is coming around the corner. No, the Thunderband Vanguard, which is in some ways even a little more of a pain. Because all tokens now come in as that token. And it's equal to the number of tokens you control. Yeah, that would have been problematic had I not been able to deal with it. I'm just almost trading here. I'm playing pure control, which is a little, can be frustrating for my opponents. Another heir apparent. Without being able to get into another mana, I'm in a little bit of a bind here. Raise the past. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Good game. Because this is going nowhere. There's nothing I can really do to come back from this. I was thinking this way I can at least get another land and a potentially replacement card, so I can do something like control. But I'm also assuming he has something like... Yeah. +1/+1 to everything. But I go back to just playing cards, and I was hoping for a couple quick games anyways, so... Nice and quick. Got a few of my kills in. And really the lack of blue there is what hurt me. On the note of, I was wondering how many games... I think that would be its second loss. It has held up fairly well. In a way, I should have been keeping track of its win-loss ratio a little more from the beginning. And I don't know. Going back to, I need the kills, so the control, I mean, the only thing almost the exact same story as last hand, other than it looks a little worse. I was thinking maybe I should mulligan? Let's see what he's up to. The Cuban Warlock. Blue. Really until I can get into something? I'm relying on top decking very heavily. It looks like he might be playing a Wither deck. Kind of excited to see what he's up to. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, it gets one of its counters removed. And back to, you get a 5/4 for 2. It's kind of crippled. Actually, looks like he's playing a Merfolk deck. Yeah, just push. Excuse me. Feeling a little guilty on the level of control here. But I needed 9 kills, and I'm doing pretty well between the two games. He's playing white-blue. And it becomes a flyer. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, another Merfolk gets +2/+0. Wondering, at a certain point, I do want to do the graveyard control. I don't want him being able to pull stuff out of his graveyard. Tributary Vaulter. And at this point, I'm into my card draw, if you will, or I can get card draw. So, feeling much better about it on a couple levels. Is he going to nope it? Yeah. He is playing blue, and he had one untapped. Gain 1 life. Assuming he's looking to play some sort of creature. Create a copy of 1. Pretty solid play. I'm glad I got the second mana. Ah, and he can nope it. He's thinking about it. I don't know why he wouldn't. Or what instant he would be holding the... Because even if he tried to do a hexproof... it wouldn't work. This is my nowhere to runs. The Flood Pit's Drowner. When this creature enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. I think he's actually pretty reliant on me having creatures to be able to tap. I'll take that, because that's directly into my fish. Oh. And I lost it because of the seek based on this one. When it warped out. So. Long pause. Makes me wonder what he has in backup. I should still have enough to be able to do the fish, which I think would probably be trying to nope. Pretty sure he's trying to figure out what my end game is. And here it's going to become apparent. Long pause. Oh, and I got another lurker in the deep. Timeout used. Good game. Because at that point, I mean, he just maybe thought I was playing shrines, or assuming he can tap it and put like a stun counter on it, or he was waiting for me to have creatures down. And he actually knows that both cards are a lurker in the deep. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Nice. I could have actually played my other one and replaced it. In a way, that was silly. So here, lay my lurker with impending. We'll get another random land. I can play my Oasis, because that'll double proc. I'm surprised I can actually do that. I have enough mana now to just almost be unfair. But yeah, once this deck opens up, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a... Concede? We'll see. So none of it I can actually get... Let's see what I actually pull in. My last 3 basic lands, which now just makes my deck rich. I can only do the 1 control. When I do this, it will... I get my flyer, but I also get to remove the tokens from this one. Oh. Maybe I misunderstood what that did when it came in? I had to have. If I do Spectacle of Destruction, nowhere to run. Never quite had it my board this wide before. And I have a 5/5 flyer. They can take some of the, or they can make it so he doesn't get through. I'll take the sacrifice. I mean, there's nothing you can do with how wide my board is, even if you play something like a split up. The only thing is I'll just push and make it quick because, yeah, that's impressive. I've never had a board that wide. And enough, I mean, I can just kind of keep going because I can manifest in 2 more, get 2 more cards. And this will start to pull in my, like, multi-lands, or I don't even know how many lands I have left. It's because all my basic lands are out, so I'm now going to start auto-pulling my nicer ones. And I think he's just going to time it out. He has 2 timeouts. I don't know what he's waiting for. But yeah, in a way, that's one of the reasons I'm not, I guess, too keen on this deck. It is... I think people, my opponents get frustrated with it. Oh, man. Even though I got my 1 win, and I really need 1 more kill. Which is a little bit of a boo. just wondering, yeah. Ow. I actually tried canceling out there at the last second. I was going to switch over to my life gain deck. It tends to not be as slow. I'm not terribly happy because I'm relying on getting card draw. Which was right there, though. Or card draw, mana. Just need 1 mana? I definitely need to drop his fuel tank feaster. And in this case, I don't necessarily need to go for my heirloom. Enduring Vitality. Nice. That's one I have to void. In this case, I think I'm going to try and double up on my... Interesting. I don't know why that got me my dragon. So now when his stuff dies, it comes back, which is a little unfortunate. But I have enough to play the Northern Air Temple, which I like. Return up to 2 target creatures with power 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield, which gets him back his Fuel Tank Feaster. Good game. And he has the custom art for his forest. If I go for draw, I have my fish down and should just start trying to go wide. This will get me more mana. Until I can really go wider, I was questioning the legitimacy of... I probably should have sacrificed it to keep the damage from coming through last time. Because he is going to start getting his stuff bigger and cheaper, and unless I can deal with his enchantment. And this is whenever another creature you control enters, this creature perpetually gets flying if it has flying, first strike, double strike, anything. So I'm almost wondering about going for the draw at this point. And then nowhere to run is Mutable Pupa. Strategic Betrayal. Because now he has no graveyard that he can pull back from. But he is getting things cheaper and cheaper. In a way, I basically have to keep going for cards. I'm not sure why my last heirloom didn't get me my fish. Curious what creatures he has. Because if I kill his fuel tank feaster, creatures you control have base power of 6/6 and are oozes. Well, that's going to be problematic. I can do... Get back to, I guess, more draw here. This will get me my Northern Hair Temple. I can fellas. And this will give me life back and a fair amount of damage through 2, 4, 6. I can't do it. What do I want to do here? I'll get his fuel tank feaster back, but I have a flyer at this point, and there's nothing he can do. Good game. A second smile at death. Didn't even let me get my attack in. But yeah, with that, I am going to call it. I should have finished my daily with flying colors, and yeah. Look forward to doing some magic in the future.